So let's get Miss Felicia online right now. Yes, good evening to you, Miss Felicia Hypolyte. How are you doing today?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you very much. And how are you?
Fantastic. Doing very well. And welcome to RFI Radio 102.1 FM.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just a little...
Happy Independence Day to you.
Yeah, same to you. It's a pleasure.
And all nationals and friends of St. Lucia listening on the show.
Indeed. Yes, we have quite a few people logged on worldwide right now.
I know.
Yes, it's a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Yes.
I noticed you played a couple of pieces of music, trying to keep up with the tradition.
Yes, of course. I think it's very important, Miss Felicia, we bring this into the schools at a very young age,
That's correct. Yeah.
Because what I was saying, I guarantee you if you ask maybe a 14-year-old about the Grand War, they will tell you, well, what is this, Which is very sad indeed, I must say.
I didn't hear the Grand War. I heard the Walls and the Scottish.
Right. Yes. Even that, some of them might not even know what is this all about,
Well, it's up to us now to teach our youngsters, don't you think?
Well, yeah, I think the government should, introduce this into the schools.
Reintroduce it in schools.
Because as you're aware, the youngsters of today, they're embracing other cultures, not even our own.
Absolutely. It's something we shouldn't let demise, We shouldn't let it die.
Yes. Because as the older folks are saying back home, our culture is dying slowly.
Yeah, well, like I'm saying to you right now, I mean, our people, the older generation should always try and instruct, teach the youngsters.
Yes.
And to maintain our culture because it is very important.
I agree. Because what concerns me is this. When these old people passed on, those that play the violin, they call it the abagojla, who are going to replace these people?
Absolutely. I mean, I was watching Mamai Lakai the other day and, I thought the music was so refreshing,
Yes.
And And as you and I know, well, I don't know if you know, but we used to dance the quadrille.
Yes.
So I can still remember the steps, and, it's just sort of, it's the type of music that just, as soon as you hear the music, you want to get up and dance.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. I quite agree.
It does something to you.
So it's very concerning.
Absolutely.
Because what the government should do, or those in charge of our folklore, introduce the violin, get the older folks into the schools to teach them how to play all the songs. And I said, when they passed away, we are in trouble.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yes, you're here. I could hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is this, the government or somebody in charge should introduce all these things into the schools. The violin was, as it called, the abagojla, have the youngsters to be playing this, learning how to play it.
Well, it's a proposal that we can always put forward and see how we get along from there.
Yeah,
Do you not agree?
Well, I agree 100%. Yes, it's worrying times for our youngsters. It is true. I mean, people might joke about this, but if you look at, let's say, another 15 years, we'll be playing these instruments.
Well, for our part here in the UK, we've been sort of trying to get, the young ones aboard. But what I do find, a lot of the youngsters, they don't always follow, they don't always go out with their parents, unlike us in the Caribbean, when we used to sort of, Yeah, there is, so we need, I think we need to try and encourage our youngsters and to teach them from young,
Yes, I
to
quite agree.
how to embrace our culture. Otherwise, it'll just demise, it'll die.
Well, as I said to you before, he's dying very slowly, which is a fact. It's a fact. Yeah. Anyway, once again, Miss Felicia, it's a pleasure having you on our show this evening.
Thank you.
Yes, and welcome to RFI Radio once again, and happy Independence Day to your family, and you as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, you are the chairperson of the St. Lucian UK Association. Is this correct?
The chairperson of Unity of UK St. Lucian Association.
Right, Unity of, just to be precise, yes. And what is your role in
well, as chairperson, my role is to ensure the smooth running of the organization.
Yes.
To promote good governance among fellow trustees and to provide supervision and support to the team where applicable, and to act as a figurehead, or spokesman where required. But of course, the Board of Trustees is responsible for the governance of the charity.
Right. That's good. And can I ask you, how old is the association?
Our association was formed in 2002, so it's now 19 years old.
19, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. And talk about the members now.
We have a what? Yeah.
Yeah, go on, I'm listening.
We've got a large membership because, we've got 3 associations, that comes under the umbrella of Unity, i.e. Ancillary. They've got roughly about 30, the St. Lucian Association, possibly 60 or more. And of course, Canries Association. So, the membership is, I would say closer to 200, closer to 200 mark.
Wow. That's amazing.
And of course, how the association was formed, it's a non-profitable organization.
Yes.
It's a voluntary organization. And it's a registered charity. And of course, as I said, it was established in 2002 as a direct result of groups sharing a common purpose, coming together to achieve greater unity and simultaneously raising funds for charitable and needy causes in St. Lucia.
Yes.
So obviously, we as a group, we meet every month. We have regular meetings.
Yes.
In order to organize events, to raise funds for needy causes on the island. But unfortunately, in March last year, as communities and organizations across the UK responded to the threat of COVID-19,
yes,
we became aware of a mounting crisis within the charity and voluntary sector. Like similar to other charities, our main source of income, as I said, derives through fundraising events.
Yes.
So there is we are currently facing increasing demands for funds to enable our partner associations, i.e. Ancillary UK Association, Canries UK Association,
yes,
and of course the St. Lucian Association of London 1963, to continue to provide welfare aid to St. Lucia.
Yes.
Regrettably, because of COVID, all Unity's fundraising events have had to be cancelled.
Okay.
But as a resilient nation, we will not allow adversities of life to knock us down. So we feel our nationals, friends and supporters deserve to celebrate our country's 42nd year of independence.
Yes.
So as a result, Unity has organized a free Zoom party this coming Saturday, 27th of February.
Okay.
The event kicks off from 7 p.m. onwards and can be enjoyed from the comfort of, your home.
Yes. Is this just for our listeners? Is it a paid Zoom?
It is a free Zoom event.
Right.
So to all our listeners, I'd say, please do join us on the night and wear your colors and wave your flag. Our DJs, I'm sure, will not disappoint. And of course, there will be special greetings and performances by our Lucian artists like Arthur Allen and Ezra, the fun machine,
Yes, fun
to
machine.
to entertain you. So so it's a good night. It's looking, we are pretty much looking forward to it.
Right. Now, as you mentioned, Felicia, about the association fundraising, if somebody was to donate, how can they do that? If they
Right.
if they log on to the Zoom party, somebody might want to donate something to the association. How can they go about doing
Right.
this?
Well, we've got anyone wishing to donate can do so via our charity's website, which they can log on to stluciansuk.com. It's very
Right.
simple,
Mm-hmm.
stluciansuk.com, and they just need to click on the PayPal link.
Mm-hmm.
Or alternatively, they can do so, if they should attend on the night, they can also do so online.
Right. And what I forget
Okay.
to ask you, Felicia, how can somebody become a member of the association?
Right. Because of the way Unity is structured, one would need to, say, for instance, if they were from Canaries, they would need to apply to the Canaries UK Association to become a member. And by becoming a member of Canaries, it gives them the automatic right to, to filter through Unity. They will become automatically a member of Unity.
Right.
Okay. Similarly, the same applies to ancillary. If they were to, if they wanted to become a member of Unity, they would have to go and apply to the Ancillary UK Association. Now, assuming one is not from, the regions, the districts I've just mentioned,
Yes.
then they could obviously St. Lucian Association of London 1963 covers island-wide.
Okay.
So they could join, the St. Lucian Association, and again, that gives them the automatic right to become a member of Unity.
Okay. And you mentioned Canaries and Ancillary. How many other organizations are there in the UK, St. Lucian based? Do you know?
Well, there is an association, in Birmingham.
Okay.
But although they're affiliated to our group, they're not a financial. But we do, however, keep them abreast of, what's going on within our, when we're having our fundraising events, we will send them the flyers and so on.
Yes.
There used to be a Liverpool association, but unfortunately, I think, they've dissolved.
Right.
Through lack of, obviously the people were getting a little bit elderly, and they could not carry on, with the business, to conduct the business of Liverpool. So
Yes.
I believe the association is dissolved.
Fantastic. But another question, Felicia, do you think it is a wise thing for every community to have a little association? Because you mentioned Canaries and Dennery and Ancillary. And I've not heard no other names from the community like Soufre or Mikud.
Right. Well, it should have been, to be perfectly honest with you, from 1963, there was one organization called St. Lucian Association of London 1963, and it covered island-wide. But the group felt, Ancillary Canaries, in fact, Ancillary was the first one to establish themselves as, as an association. And it all came about through a Hurricane Allen.
Yes.
Where they felt, their district needed a lot of help. And as a result of that, their group got together, and formed their own association. Because they felt, things would have been dealt with, more rapidly.
Yes.
Than if they had to go to the other organizations. And of course, being passionate to the island, to their district,
Right.
it was very encouraging for them, the people that were originally from Ancillary and Canaries. Similarly, they felt, well, they could get together and do their own thing.
Right.
And that's how they arrived at having separate associations.
Okay. I've got a text from somebody from the UK, Felicia. They didn't leave a name. They asked what type of activities does the association organize in the UK?
Well, we normally have, there's a variety actually. We normally celebrate our country's National Day. We've got the Journée Creole. We've got, they do country and western, very, they have family fun days. There is quite a variety, but mainly, I mean, they're all, the majority of the events we hold, they are solely for, fundraising purposes.
Right.
And of course, there's the big Independence Dance, which normally we celebrate every year.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, well, they must have heard this. I hope the person enjoyed your answer. And also, Felicia, you mentioned about projects in St. Lucia. What are some of the projects you guys want to take in St. Lucia?
Well, in previous, Chris, I mean, Unity as a charity organization is always looking at ways to raise funds to enable us to assist worthy causes in St. Lucia, and has been made supportive grants to name a few. St. Lucia Special Olympics team, we have aided them, by donating to worthy causes.
Fantastic. Yes.
Youth in Arts, Sickle Cell Society, Dominica Hurricane Relief Appeal, St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association, Cicewa Children's Home, Ayanola Pictures, Meekwood Parish Center and Presbytery Construction Appeal, Manopa Community Center on behalf of Macmillan Cancer Support Appeal.
Wow.
Clooney Associates, which is a Mother Teresa's home run by the Missionaries of Charity.
Okay, that's very good.
Women's Support Center, which is a sheltered home for abused women. So, I mean, this is just to name a few. I mean, every year, there are proposals coming through. And as Unity, we try and do our best to help, the people on our islands.
Very good.
Yeah.
So this year, did you get any proposals this year, although it was COVID-19?
This year, yes, there is, of course, the View for Children Society, View for Children Society, and we have helped them in previous years, but it's a home of safety for children who are victims of abuse and neglect,
right,
and who are deemed to be at risk. So the society has been struggling to meet the costs since the home opened in 2019. Therefore, that we are appealing, this is one of the main purposes. We are appealing for donations to enable us to assist the home. Right. So again, anyone wishing to donate to this worthy cause, please, it will be very encouraging for them to visit our website, and they can see the works of Unity.
Right.
Yeah, and of course, they can. Any donations would be well received, and they can do it through the PayPal link.
Okay. And what about liaising with the High Commissioner in the UK? Do you guys liaise on a regular basis?
We do. In fact, we have very close. We work closely with the High Commission. They keep us well informed of events and things happening on the island. And similarly, we get great support from the St. Lucia Tourism Authority as well.
Yes.
So we work together as a group, which is good for the island.
Right. And the other question is, Ms. Felicia, if somebody was in financial difficulties, a St. Lucian living in the UK, can they come to the association for help?
Well, we've helped on numerous occasions, and it was only last year, early last year, when the COVID-19 first hit.
Yes.
We assisted somebody, who was actually stuck here and could not return home. They came to us for aid, and our organization was able to assist.
Fantastic.
So, we look at all proposals that comes forward, and assist whenever we can. This is why, it's important that people are aware, of what Unity stands for and what Unity is doing.
Yes.
So, but yes, I mean, we do tend to, not just St. Lucia, but we help our own community here as well.
That's very good to know. Yeah. Wow, it's amazing. People should applaud Unity for the good works.
Well, you've given us the platform to be able to clarify, and obviously explain to various members of the society what unity is all about.
Yes.
And it is a pleasure, to work together with the team. We've got a very strong supporting team, and we all do our best to get,
Yes. Yes.
to get the
Well,
things
I'm happy you clarified this because people will want to ask where is the money going to,
Yeah, well, please encourage them to, as I say, everything is on the website. They can see for themselves. There are photos. We're not just saying that, but as I said, all the evidence is there.
Right. That's good. That's good to know. And just before you go, Felicia, can you talk about the Zoom party one more time on the 27th? Let them know what's happening just before you go.
Right.
Quick recap.
Just quickly, the event starts from 7:00. We've got plenty of DJ entertainment, so please put on your party dresses and your flag and your dress up in your national colors. Of course, 9:00, there will be the national anthem, followed by an address by our High Commissioner for St. Lucia. And 10:00, UK time, of course, there will be an address by Her Excellency Dr. Joycelyn Fletcher, the Ambassador for the Diaspora Affairs.
Okay.
She will be able to give, us an update of what's happening on the island and so on, and which I'm sure will be very uplifting, especially in a time of, COVID, where quite a lot of our members of our community have lost their loved ones. And to them, unity has got to, I'd like to express our sincere condolences to all the bereaved families. Yes. And of course, then 11:00, all the way from St. Lucia, will be joining us Ezra the Fun Machine.
Yes.
He will he's got a slot to entertain us.
Okay.
And Arthur Allen, those of you who attended our event a couple of years ago, he was there as, yes. So, he's come aboard and with his video greeting. And so we've got a variety. We've got quite a few things happening on the night.
Okay.
And we're hoping to do a little, not necessarily a raffle, but there will be prizes for people who donate on the night.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yes.
Yeah. And of course, we'll be showing short video clips throughout the evening of St. Lucia culture, taste and destination, courtesy of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've got a package.
Right. That's good.
A nice package.
And because we have listeners from New York, Canada, St. Lucia, as we speak, listening, is there information on the website where they could join the Zoom? Because that's very important.
It is indeed. It is indeed. It's there. The Zoom ID is there as well as the passcode, right. So they shouldn't have any problem.
And the local time is on there as well because they might want to join a Zoom party. So.
Yeah. Well, it's our time. UK time is 7:00. I believe for the Eastern Caribbean we're about 4 hours ahead.
So it's 3:00 in the Caribbean. It should be 3:00.
Okay.
Right. So, Felicia, it was a pleasure having you on our show. Welcome again to RFI.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Yes, it was a pleasure.
And again, on behalf of Unity of UK St. Lucian Association, I'd like to say happy 42nd Independence to everyone.
Yes.
And I hope they enjoy the rest of the evening and stay safe. Please follow the protocols and hopefully we'll see you at the event on Saturday.
Definitely. And Unity St. Lucia, don't be a stranger.
Thank
to
you.
RFI Radio. Pass anytime.
Okay.
Give us a call.
Thank you very much.
We'll support, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Once again, happy Independence Day to all my fellow St. Lucians and family. This is RFI Radio 102.1 FM. And good afternoon to Samantha Dennis in St. Lucia. She said, great interview. Thank you very much. Not forgetting UB. And big up to Virginia Marslin, saying your interview was well organized. Thanks to them. And thanks for the support as well. RFI Radio. We were talking to the chairperson of Unity UK.